going back to how all this gets done and the process, because it's still fresh in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, given the lifestyle that I had, I have had an IUD the last 5 years. I didn't know that once I started the process, what it would entail. I told some friends, was like, I have my IUD, they didn't remove it, and I'm on birth control. Like, what? What are they doing? So again, with these hormones and with whatever you've already chosen, how do you decide what the process is? Like, is it okay to have an egg retrieval with an IUD in?
Mm-hmm.
Was it okay to take birth control pills? What did that do?
Sure. Every doctor, I think, has a general way they do things. With IUDs, there are different types, as you know. There's hormonal and non-hormonal. But because the hormones are local, there's some absorption. But because they're mostly local, they don't really interfere with the stimulation, creating the follicles, and the egg retrieval process. So we have no problem doing egg retrievals with IUDs in place for egg freezing. In terms of the birth control, again, I don't use birth control that much. It's more of a scheduling technique. So, okay, you're day 3, you start birth control. I want you to stop it 2 weeks from now, so we know that you're going to start your retrieval process 3 to 4 days after you stop the birth control. Versus, come in when you get your period, and we'll start you then, which is, it could happen at any point. I think it just depends on the clinic and what kind of capacity they have to do that. I find, even though short-term birth control shouldn't be a problem, we know that long-term birth control, the pill, can actually suppress the follicles, right? And the ovarian reserve can sometimes show lower than what it truly is. So, if you've been on birth control for a long time and you're going to go through the egg freezing process, you might go for your ultrasound and they say, oh, your ovaries are really small. That's a problem, right? You need to stop the birth control and then repeat the testing 2 to 3 months later to see what you're really, what your ovaries are really doing. If you go in for your initial visit and you're on birth control and the ovaries look great, then it's not a problem. So every patient's different.